Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Action Center's Where Action Matters webinar. We are so thrilled to have you. This is our first time doing a virtual event, so welcome each and every one of you. I'll be guiding you through the next 30 minutes. My name is John Covert. I'm the Director of Development, and we also have our Executive Director, Pam Breyer, riding along with us.
Hi, everyone.
Pam will be here today throughout the presentation to answer your questions. And so if you'll take some time to write your questions, there's a box in the bottom that says chat box, or you can go into the Q&A box and write your question. And we'll try to get to as many of those questions as we possibly can. So take a few minutes, write those down, and we'll get to those questions. So Pam, why don't you say hello to our audience?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you, and we're excited to show you a little bit about what the Action Center has been doing recently, and to let you hear from some of our board members, some of our participants, to tell their stories of their experience through the Action Center. So we're just grateful to have you here. You know, John, I was thinking that probably one of the things top of mind for folks right now is sort of the question of what's been happening at the Action Center since COVID-19.
Yeah, it's probably right. I would think that maybe a good place to start with that is, can you tell our audience really who we're serving, and how does that look a little different right now?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, you know, we've seen ever since COVID-19 kind of became a big challenge in our community, we've seen an uptick of the numbers coming through our Action Center drive-through. So we've seen about double the amount of people coming through right now. And we also know that close to 40% of those coming to the Action Center today are brand new to the Action Center. So those are people probably who've never had to ask for help before, and a place like the Action Center may be new to them. So we're really grateful that we're here for them and that we're able to meet that increased need.
Right. So have we had to change how we serve people? Because I know we're pretty comprehensive in what we typically do, but how does it change now how we serve folks?
Yeah, we've really changed everything about our operations. First of all, we've moved from an indoor operation to an outdoor operation. We're serving people in a walk-up or drive-through method, so we're keeping a good distance from those we're serving. We're also keeping distance from each other as staff and our staff with our volunteers.
How far is that?
At least 6 feet.
6 feet,
yeah.
All right.
And
we're good.
We're also wearing masks, wearing gloves. We're focusing on those real emergency needs. So we're focusing on food, we're focusing on rental assistance, we're keeping our mail service going. That's so important for folks in the community without a permanent address. So those are the things that we're doing right now that are a little different than what we normally do.
Of course, it looks good. Well, it looks like we have some questions coming, so that looks great. But before we get to your questions, let me just ask you one more quick question, Pam. Okay. How important is the community support during this time of this COVID crisis?
Well, that's a great question too, John. You know, community support is always essential for the Action Center. We couldn't do what we do here without the help of our volunteers. We have thousands of volunteers that support the work of the Action Center. That's true all the time. Right now, a lot of our older volunteers are staying home and staying safe, but we've had an influx of new volunteers who are feeling a little bit less vulnerable, who are able to come and be with us standing 6 feet apart, but here with us, helping us to continue our services. So that's really critical. We've also had a lot of support from the community right now around increased donations, and that has helped us to step up and meet that growing need. So I can't underscore enough how critical this community is to the Action Center.
It's an amazing community for sure. Well, I think I have a couple questions.
Great.
Coming in hot. Thank you. All right. So first question comes from Paul. Thanks, Paul. It says, do you have everything that we need to meet the increased demand right now?
Oh, okay. Well, that was sort of what I was just talking about. You know, with so many more people coming in, we're, for the very first time, the Action Center is actually having to invest in additional food to keep our shelves stocked and to be able to give people at least a week's supply of food when they drive up. So usually we have a food rescue program with the grocery stores, and that's still happening, but we've had to supplement that with additional food from Food Bank of the Rockies that we're purchasing, and that's been a real need. So we still have that need of shelf-stable food and the money that people can donate to help us stretch those dollars farther. You know, when we purchase the food, we can make it stretch a lot farther than when someone goes to the grocery and
Exactly.
brings us peanut
Yeah.
butter. You know, we can buy more peanut butter.
Exactly.
So
Well,
those things are really important.
Great. I think we have time for one more quick question. We're going to address Sue's question. Sue is asking, are there Red Rock students at the homeless shelter, which we call the Launch Pad?
Yes.
And what does that look like right now, that program?
Well, the launch pad is open with the students that were there prior to COVID-19. We have not been able to bring new students in right now, but yes, the launch pad is still open and going strong for those who are already at the
Great.
launch pad. So yeah.
Good. Well, it's an exciting new program that the Action Center launched not too long ago. Well, listen, thank you for the questions. So please keep your questions coming. We want to get to as many of those as we possibly can, again, through the next 30 minutes. But right now, what I'd like to do is introduce to you Cindy Barroway. Cindy is our president of our board of directors, and she's a wonderful supporter. She's a wonderful leader of our board. And so she's going to bring to you just a really wonderful welcome to our event. So Cindy, please share with us.
Thank you, Pam and John. And thank you all for taking a moment to share your questions with us. With that being said, I want to take a moment to welcome you to the Where Action Matters virtual event. This annual occasion is the marquee fundraising event for the Action Center. We do this on a yearly basis. I'm honored to welcome you and grateful you're able to join us today. As a COVID-19 health emergency has shifted the way we traditionally do things at the Action Center, including this event. As such, we decided to embark on a new frontier and host this event virtually. It's important to us to share with you just who the Action Center is and what impact we make. We hope that you will be able to be inspired and moved by this presentation and choose to become an Action Center hero through your financial support. For those of you who may not be completely aware of the Action Center, who we are and what we do, let me take a minute to share some information with you. The Action Center started over 52 years ago when a group of individuals saw in Jefferson County neighbors who were in need of food and other resources. This dedicated group decided to do something about it, rallying and generating a passion that lives on today. In fact, one of the founding members continues to be a volunteer at the Action Center, 52 years. My family and I got involved with the Action Center almost 26 years ago, and we've continued to stay involved, whether it's through the special events or through donating our time or donating financially, in my case, donating time as a member of the board of directors. Since the Action Center began, we've provided immediate and compassionate response to those in our community experiencing hardship by offering resources and services needed to stabilize lives and promote pathways to lasting change. Recently, our worlds have changed. Here at the Action Center, we have leaned on our guiding principles, our North Star, if you will, of community, compassion, and connection to lead us through these challenging times. These principles guide our every decision and reinforce our commitment to the Action Center. And while things may be different now, it has not changed how we serve our community. We continue to meet our participants with dignity and respect. In a time when much of our world and our community is suffering, we know that we are all interconnected and we are all impacted. It is during these pivotal moments that we must move beyond ourselves and demonstrate compassion for all of our neighbors. When we care for others, we also heal ourselves. And while we work through these adaptations this new world has presented us, we here at the Action Center are committed to moving forward and committed to our community. We will be here to provide the immediate needs such as food and clothing and help connect our neighbors in need to resources that can stabilize their lives, like healthcare and education. Beyond that, we are investing in our community through our programs such as the Launch Pad, an innovative shelter program in partnership with Red Rocks Community College, as well as expanding our homelessness prevention services. Each of these serves a critical role in our community and the lives of those we serve, creating a vibrant and vital tapestry that strengthens our community. Every day we hear from our participants just how essential this work is. I can't thank our volunteers, our donors, and our staff enough for helping us to do that. Before we share with you a video from one of our participants, I'm going to turn this back over to Pam and John. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Cindy. Really appreciate those words. And thank you to you as well for your support and for the board support. Wonderful group of folks.
Amazing.
Without a doubt. Well, listen, we'd love to take a poll right now. And this is an opportunity for you to share some of your thoughts with us. So you should see on your screen here shortly a question that says, in what areas do you hope that the Action Center can do even more for our community in the future? So take a minute and just answer that question for us, and we'll wait right here. Pam?
Ready?
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Woo, that wasn't bad. That was better than yesterday. Thank you very much
There's
for
just
your
that one
response.
point in the song where we have a different rhythm.
We do. We're going to have to watch it tonight and see who's right. Okay, well, listen, the top response is great. You're looking at services to the homeless.
Services to the
So
homeless,
yeah, it'd
yeah.
be good to maybe share with them a little bit what we do for the homeless, but maybe some other ideas that we might have.
Yeah, so the question was what people hoped we would do more of.
Right.
So, as I said earlier, we have the program in partnership with Red Rocks, the launch pad. And so that's one way that we address the needs of homeless students in our community.
Right.
And then we have a lot of services that are really targeted at preventing homelessness. So pretty much all of the interventions that we have with food, with rental assistance, clothing, all of the resources that people get connected to through the Action Center around their benefits, those are all meant to help people stretch their budgets and keep them housed. So if you are able to come to the Action Center and let us help you with food, you don't have to use those dollars to pay, for food. You can use them for your rent. And so we have a lot of things on the prevention side. And then with those who are experiencing homelessness, which is over 40% of the folks coming to the Action Center typically, we have a lot of emergency services. So those kinds of food assistance things and our clothing bank and our ongoing, connection to resources in the community that they really need to stabilize their lives.
Right, yeah. In fact, over 1,100 people have the Action Center as their residential address.
That's
Make
true,
sure they have a
yes.
place for their mail to come in. So a simple service, but one that's really important.
And without that address, John, they can't apply for benefits, apply for a job,
Right.
all of those things that really help someone to get back on track and to get housed, after being homeless.
Incredibly important. So, well, some of you have asked how you might support the Action Center. So thank you for asking that question. But let me just share with you, we have a couple donors that have come online with the Action Center for our Where Action Matters virtual event. And the first one is Windish RV. They've made a $25,000 pledge to the Action Center, as has Joe and Jill Polito. They've made a $25,000 pledge to the Action Center to challenge us to make a gift today. And so that's a pretty amazing contribution that they've made. But also we have a very special foundation that has given us a $10,000 matching gift. So your gift today can be double. You can have double your good, I believe is what we like to say. But we match it dollar for dollar today. And so these are some wonderful donors that are helping us to really launch into this time of giving. So
that's amazing. I really hope a lot of people take advantage of that dollar for dollar match. You don't always have that opportunity. So.
Absolutely. That's great. Well, listen, what I'd like to share with you now is a participant story. I'd like to share with you the story of Michael and Maureen. These are two folks that were part of the Action Center several years ago and received services. And really through those services, they were able to pull their life together and really do some amazing things. But you know what? I don't do the story justice. So if you will watch with me as Maureen really boldly shares her story with you, I think you'll be inspired and I think you'll be amazed at Michael and Maureen's story. So enjoy this short video, would you?
I don't think we've been here for 2 years.
2 years, 4th of July.
This was where every morning Michael would bring me a fresh bucket of water so I could brush my teeth and wash my face. He would go down to 7-Eleven on the bike and bring me coffee and cookies for Dippins every morning. And this is where we lived. This is where we lived. My daughter was a beautiful 17-year-old healthy young lady. I went to work one morning at 8 o'clock, spoke to her throughout the day. She was doing wonderful. I came home about 4:30 and she was dead on my living room couch. Within months, it just skyrocketed. My addiction just was out of control. I ended up losing my job at King Soopers. I lost my home. Right here is where we slept. Right here. This was our home.
A lot of memories, man.
Couldn't have gone through it without you. Michael and I crossed paths in this park in Globeville. We were both in such the throes of addiction, but we kind of cleaved to each other in a sense of maybe we can start getting away from that addiction. That's when I got robbed. That's what started the whole thing. That was when I lost my ID.
What can we do for you today?
I was at DMV, and a lady there said that you guys had a program where I could actually get a mailing address. Is that something you do?
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
no problem.
Thank you.
Now, is there anything else we can help you with today?
We need it all.
Okay.
When you get to that point where you have nothing, you're going nowhere, you get a lot of people that look down on you. But the lady who was sitting at the computer, she looked at me like I mattered. And I hadn't felt that way to a stranger in a long time. It felt good.
So in this case, we've got all our already prepared foods. You could choose 3.
All right, I found my church outfit. What'd you find? That color looks good on you too.
Yes.
That's nice.
All right.
Kind of at that point, I just had this feeling this is the start of something. This is the start of something.
Maureen, good afternoon.
Hi, Nancy.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again,
I haven't
too.
seen you for 2 weeks.
I
Welcome
know.
back. Come on.
How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
Let's talk about what the 2 weeks have been like for you.
Sounds good. When I initially came into the Pathways program, it was the type of situation where it was like I was craving sobriety. I need structure. I need something that I can focus on to do every day.
I would like for you to think about how you want to approach these motel owners.
We have to be very careful because
Okay.
I don't want us to get into a place that is a drug haven, because that is how we are doing our sobriety, is by completely eliminating ourselves out of that lifestyle. What Pathway taught me is this is not a quick fix. It is a step by step by step procedure, and you are accountable for your actions or your inactions. And it's not a reward-based program, but it's a lift you up program.
If you go in and present your truth to the motel manager,
You think they'll be honest with me more and
I
tell me
think
what?
they will be honest, and certainly they get a good read on you and Michael and how committed you are to your sobriety. So, do you feel comfortable sharing that truth?
Oh yes, I'm proud of it.
You should be.
Very
you should
proud
be.
of it. What kept me going is that somebody has recognized me for what I have as far as my potential. I was no longer set up for failure. I was set up to succeed. today. We live in a beautiful fourplex. We have a full kitchen.
Honey, I'm home.
I should love you.
We have our own yard. We have everything we need. One lady sitting at a desk with a computer asking me what she could do to help me change my life. I am who I am today, in part because of the Pathways program.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, John, I've seen that video a number of times now, and every time I just find it so moving. I think the thing that really gets to me is, you know, this understanding of how critical every moment is. You never know when you're going to be that person that is having a conversation with someone who really is in a bad place, and just you seeing them and responding to them compassionately, letting them know that, you know, you hear them and you're there for them. It can be the difference between, you know, life and death sometimes for folks. And thank goodness that a place like the Action Center was here when Maureen really needed them.
Yeah.
And that volunteer of ours was there and was so warm. And it just, you know, it's just such a great reminder to all of us, not just us here at the Action Center, but all of us, to kind of carry that compassion with us every day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, she just exemplifies really the mission and what we're
Absolutely.
here to do for folks. And you're right. It's amazing. You just never know when that moment's going to come that's going to help turn somebody's life around.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so our volunteers are just amazing people.
Yeah.
No doubt. We did get a question that came in that I think would really kind of resonate with this. Eve asked an interesting question. She says, can you still help people connect to resources while you're helping them in their cars?
Oh, that's such a good question. Thank you, Eve. You know, it has been challenging to have that same kind of connection to folks when they're coming through the drive-through, especially because we're all behind masks, can't see our smile. We try to express with our whole face so people can see in our eyes the warmth that we're feeling. But we have taken steps to try to have that deeper connection even while we're serving people efficiently with the drive-through. So what we've done is we've expanded the interaction that we're having on the phone with people as they're calling in. People are still calling in to sign up for a time slot to drive through. So when they call in, we're having that conversation with them, asking them, are there other things we can help with? What else do they need right now? And now we're beginning to pull in our advocates again, who have been, many of them staying home, and give them more of a role on the phone. So if we're hearing that people need connection to resources, we can have our advocates give them a call back and do those same connections that they would be giving them, you know, had they been coming into the building. So we're working really hard to go deeper even while we're in that drive-through mode.
Yeah, great question. Thank you, Eve. You know, let's go to our last speaker. I'm going to introduce you to today LaDawn Sperling. And LaDawn is the Vice President of our Board of Directors. She's an amazing supporter. She's so active with us. I don't even know how she does her day job. But she's a wonderful lady, does a lot of work for us. And she's going to share with you now just 3 very simple ways that you can support the Action Center through a financial gift. We like to say that when you give a financial gift, you become an Action Center hero. And so LaDawn's going to share that with you now, just 3 very simple ways. So LaDawn, please share with our audience today.
Thank you, Pam and John. Greetings. My name is LaDawn Sperling, and I'm Vice President of the Board of Directors of the Action Center. For the past 15 years, I've been involved with this fantastic organization and the work they do. I'm constantly amazed at the work that's accomplished each and every day. These feats are met with a passion and rigor from our volunteers and our staff. They inspire not just me, but our entire community. This incredible crew includes volunteers dedicating time to sort donations, distribute food, and work directly with participants on their pathway to self-sufficiency. But we can't forget the staff, who passionately work on our participants' behalf. Our volunteers and staff work together to create this awe-inspiring organization. It is truly humbling and an honor to be part of this. My husband and I are financial supporters of the Action Center, not because I'm on the board, but because we are impacting lives each and every day, helping keep children fed and families housed. Because without the Action Center, 20,000 of our neighbors in need would face more precarious situations. Given the demands that have been placed on the Action Center by the health emergency of COVID-19, the needs of our community are mounting, and we are rising to meet them. But we know this extraordinary circumstance will continue to generate more strife for those who never expected to use the Action Center services. Your support is needed now more than ever. I'm asking you today to join me by becoming an Action Center hero and financial supporter. By becoming a donor and a hero of the Action Center, you help individuals find a pathway to a more stable and self-sufficient life during these trying times. Would you consider one of the following giving options? First, you can join me as a member of the Self-Sufficiency Society by making a 5-year pledge of $1,000 or more. We have 2 very generous donors who have already stepped up by making a $25,000 pledge for a total of $50,000. That's $5,000 each year for the next 5 years. Thank you so much to Windish RV and Joe and Jill Polito. They are challenging each one of us to do what we can to support the Action Center. The second opportunity is to join our Mountain Mover Society. This is a special group of individuals who have scheduled regular monthly or quarterly donations through their credit card or through a direct bank withdrawal. To sign up for this, visit our website at theactioncenter.org and click on the Donate tab at the top of the page. Then look for the Mountain Mover Society box. You can also join us today by calling the number on the screen. Third, you can make a one-time contribution to the Action Center. Every gift helps us serve thousands of families each year. Again, you can visit our website at theactioncenter.org, click on the Donate tab at the top of the screen, and look for the Donate Today box. Or call the number on your screen to speak with someone directly about making your gift. Finally, your gift of $200 or more, one time or cumulative, may qualify for an Enterprise Zone tax credit with the state of Colorado. If you'd like to learn more about the Enterprise Zone tax credit or have general questions, please call our development department at 303-237-7704, and they will be happy to speak with you. Thank you so much for attending today's Where Action Matters fundraising event. We hope that you've been inspired and moved by the mission of the Action Center and will choose to join me as a hero and financial supporter of this amazing organization. And now, back to Pam and John.
Thank you, LaDawn, and thank you for all you do all the time for the Action Center, and thanks to the entire board of the Action Center. Without their support, I don't know where we would be. It's just such an amazing group.
Right. So true. Very good. Well, folks, can you stick with us a little bit longer? We'd love to do one last poll with you. So you should see that coming up on your screen, and we're going to ask you this very simple question. Now that you've heard more about us, how would you like to get involved with the Action Center? So you have a couple choices there. There's 4 choices, so choose the one that, or multiple ones, that is of greatest interest to you, and then Pam will address what the top response was.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
And because we didn't have a request, we're not going to sing again.
They're like, thank goodness.
Really appreciate you folks being with us today. And our producers are about to hand us the top answer to your question.
Oh,
Boy,
wow.
Yeah,
That's fantastic
as the director
response.
of development, that makes me so happy.
So 88% of you said that the way you'd like to get more involved is by donating. So thank you so much. That means the world to us. It means the world to our participants. And especially during this time is so critically important. So we're so grateful that you joined us here, and we really appreciate that support. I think, John,
Yep.
you're going to remind them how
I do, yeah.
they can get involved in that way.
I will do that because that's my job. But certainly, let me just kind of reiterate real quick. LaDawn walked through them, so I won't be long. But remember, you can do today a one-time gift. We have operators standing by right now, and you can call them at 720-407-6680. Again, that's 720-407-6680. 888-286-6680. And our operators will hang out for another 20, 30 minutes, or as long as we need to, as long as you're calling. We'll be here to answer your phone. The other way is to join us as a mountain mover. And again, our mountain mover program is a wonderful group of folks who have committed to make a monthly or quarterly gift to the Action Center. And it just kind of is done through their credit card, or it could be through a bank withdrawal from your checking or savings account. It's just a very convenient way to support the Action Center. And then thirdly is to become part of our Self-Sufficiency Society group. Wonderful group of folks who have made a 5-year pledge for $1,000 or greater each year.
That's how I like to make my gift, John.
Oh, that's
On the
awesome.
self-sufficiency.
Thank you, Pam. That's wonderful. Well, there's a great example for you. It's a very simple way to, again, to make a pledge to the Action Center today. And so again, let me just share with you one last time, because we do have operators standing by. You can call us right now at 720-407-6680.
They can also make a donation on our website, isn't that?
Oh, absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pam, for reminding me. If you go to the actioncenter.org, and you can click on any button there that says donate, and it'll take you to our special giving portal. It's PCI compliant and fully secure. So again, theactioncenter.org, and click on the donate button today, and you can make your gift.
Great.
Good.
I think I see we have a lot more questions, so I think we could stick around for those who want to stick around with us.
Right.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll still be here. If folks want to stick around, we'll answer some more of the questions that came in. And otherwise, some people may be ready to sign off, and we just want to wish you a great day and thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you back here in just a couple minutes.
Hi, Rayon.
Hey, yeah.
Thanks for staying with us.
Yeah, welcome back. We're live. We're not Memorex. We are live. That's an old one.
You're dating yourself, John.
I am, and I'm okay.
We are here with a few more questions, and the first one I'm going to ask John. It's from Candace, and she asks, are you taking advantage of social media to communicate the Action Center's mission?
Great question. Thanks, Candace. You know, I have a fabulous marketing director who is working very hard with Facebook. We do a lot of Facebook Lives, and those get amazing response. We have a regular thing that we go live every Thursday. We also have what we call What Is It Wednesdays that we engage folks. So we're trying all these different methods. We do have a YouTube page that we're currently active on. And so we are using those different platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and all of those are great platforms. We even just started our first attempt at a peer-to-peer, a crowd fundraising effort through Facebook. Yeah. And so we're learning all these different ways to do that, but we're trying to be very strategic in terms of how we communicate out to our community to make sure that they know what our needs are and how they can support us at all times.
And we're going to be putting this, the recording of this event on those channels.
We will. So it'll be up on YouTube, and then we'll send out some Facebook posts so you know how to get to YouTube. Yeah. And I did forget, we are on LinkedIn as well. So we're quite prevalent all throughout the social media platform. So thank you very much for that question.
Yeah.
So I've got one for you.
Okay.
I dropped it. Excuse me. This is from Jana. Thank you, Jana. And Jana would like you to share with her, how many people do we serve annually?
Oh, we serve over 20,000 individuals across all of Jefferson County every year. So quite a lot of people coming through the Action Center all throughout the year. So the need is always there.
great. I think we typically serve about 88 households every single day
Yeah.
at the Action Center.
And right now that's up above 100 typically.
Wow.
So it's been quite a jump.
Yeah, the need is amazing right now for sure. So good. Do you have another question? I think we have some more time.
Yeah, so Tom asks, what's going on with our rent and utility assistance?
That's a huge need right now. And I think it's only going to continue to grow in the months to come. And so the Action Center is absolutely needs to be here for the community for 5, 6, 7, who knows, 8, 10, 12 months. We're definitely going to be here for the long haul. But I can tell you that at one point we had well over 300 people that had called into the Action Center seeking rent and utility assistance.
Yeah, I think there's a backlog right now. So that is one of the places where we could really use volunteers. If there are folks who have time on their hands and they're willing to make phone calls for us, it's calling back the folks who've called into our rent and utility line so that we can start interviewing and getting them through the application process to try to get our rent and utility assistance dollars out to them.
Yeah. Well, and again, the good news is we do have rent and utility dollars to share. And so we want people that are in need to please come to us and let us know. It's okay to ask for help. There's no shame.
That's why we're here.
In asking for help. If you need some help, come to the Action Center and we're able to help you folks out. And so again, we have funds that have come from Jeffco. We've got
all across the county, really.
Right.
So most of our funds are really targeted at Jefferson County. I think all of our funds, in
I think
fact.
so, yeah.
We just need to make sure that as you are out there talking about it, that you have that clarity and make sure that those who need help in other areas are going to dial 211, because by dialing 211, people can get connected to resources that are outside of Jefferson County.
Yeah, it's a great resource. Well, let's go with, we've got another question here. Actually, it's two questions. One's from Allie and one's from Elizabeth, but they kind of go together. So I'm going to kind of lump them together for you.
Okay.
All right. So first, Allie says, well, how many volunteer and regular staff do we have at the Action Center? And then the follow-up question to that comes from Elizabeth. How can we best support the staff at the Action Center?
Oh, it's really nice if people are thinking of
It
the
is kinda
staff.
nice.
So we have just around 30 full-time staff members at the Action Center, and we have thousands of volunteers over the course of the year. So on any given day, we usually have around 65 or so. During our normal operations, when we're indoors, we have about that many, 65 or so volunteers a day. But then we have a lot of events that happen in the community throughout the year, and that's how we engage a lot of our other volunteers. So hundreds of other volunteers are involved through our Thanksgiving distribution, our holiday gift distribution, our back to school events. So a lot of our beautiful junk event, which unfortunately was canceled recently, but we hope to have again this fall.
Right.
So many volunteer opportunities, both here at the Action Center and out in the community. So if you're interested in that, please send us an email. There's information on the website about how to get involved that way.
Right. Absolutely. Well, volunteers are absolutely the lifeblood of the Action Center. We just couldn't do what we do
And in
without
terms
them.
of Elizabeth's question about how to support the staff, I think that's the best way. Get involved as a volunteer, and we'll put you to work where we need you the most.
We love working alongside our volunteers. They're wonderful folks. So good. Well, listen, there was a few more questions that we just haven't had time to get to, but what we'd like to do is send out an email and we will answer all of those questions that came into us. So again, we have operators standing by for the next 15-20 minutes at 720-407-6680, or you can go online right now to theactioncenter.org and click on the Donate Now button, and you can make your contribution today. So remember, one-time gifts will double your good today. So thank you very much for being here. Pam, any last thoughts before we sign off?
Just thank you. I really appreciate you signing in today and listening and being a part of the Action Center. Thank you for all you do to support us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and have a great afternoon, folks.
Bye.